Hi and welcome back. I hope you had success looking at your account record. So now we're going to take a look at the second resource we have available to us, and that is EWS, or Early Warning System. We're going to take a look at the early warning system for interstate batteries together, and then you're going to have an opportunity to look in your early warning system and see what you find for your account. At the top of the account, there's kind of a button bar here. In my case, I can see early warning system. If you don't see it in your case, drop down, use this little caret here, and you'll find it in the drop-down menu that appears. Let's click on that. Early warning system was created for CSG to use to make sure that we could drive customer retention. Let's take a look at what we can see here. Again, we can see they're on Unlimited License Edition, and we can see their org ID here. We're going to use that later. That's the second place you can find that. As you scroll down, you'll see that there are some sub tabs down here. We're going to look at a couple of those sub tabs today. So we'll start with the utilization dashboard. This is a high-level sub-tab, and we can see right here license utilization. If you mouse over the question mark, you get a very good description of what each data point is describing. So in this case, this is of the licenses they purchased from Salesforce, they are utilizing 92% of them. We can also see that they're compared to a peer group median here. So the peer group median is using 94% of their licenses, and this customer, Interstate Battery, is using 92%. It's pretty close. I'm not going to key in on that right now. Let's open up the next one down, and this is where you can see true login percentage, 47%. Now what does that mean? That means of the provisioned licenses, 47% of them have logged in within the last 14 days. I am going to key in on this because the peer group median is 78%. There could be a problem here, so I'm going to take this down as my first finding. Here's my first finding. TLP is low. Let's ask about adoption. Can we help? Let's go back to the report. Okay, we can also see that the Salesforce One, or our Salesforce mobile app, 24% penetration, which is not bad. It seems to be about average of what I've seen in some other accounts, so I'm not going to key in on that. There are some other things here if we open up the next window that I'll just point out. Number of custom objects, for example, per user is 236. The median is 103. They have a significantly higher level of custom objects, so perhaps they're using, they have internal developers that have created custom objects, or they're using an app that has loaded custom objects onto our platform. Otherwise, here, nothing really stands out to me. You'll notice that this term CRUDs is create, reads, edits, and deletes, and it really refers to the activity against an object. So in this case, CRUDs quotes the user. In the last 14 days, there have been no CRUDs to the quotes object. Obviously not using that quotes capability in the platform. I do see that they're using Visual Force pages, and they have the number of Apex lines of code is high. So again, their either internal development team has been developing on a platform, or they've working with a partner, or they've loaded on an app from the App Exchange that is utilizing the platform. Let's go to the next tab, Instance Information. This tab shows kind of general information about the whole instance, and again, it's going to show this customer's usage compared to the median. This is interesting. Number of accounts, 740,000. The median average is 55,000. They're certainly using a lot of accounts here. They are working through distribution, and they're a worldwide battery distributor, and they have like end user clients in the system too. So they may be using user accounts, one for each end user client. This may also have to do with the accounts that they're using with their marketing cloud, or maybe even their service cloud. So not unusual, but I would want to ask the customer this. Number of contacts, 151,000. That's far less than the number of accounts. So again, they may be using person accounts where each account represents a person or an end user, but certainly that's a much lower number of contacts per account than you would expect. Well, this is interesting here. Number of reports, 4,400. That's twice what their peer group median would be. And also the number of dashboards, 254. The peer group has 83. So I would say that's something I would point out to the customer. Here again, here's an opportunity to talk to the customer about something that's interesting in their org. Ask them about it. Be the trusted advisor. Number of reports and dashboards. How are they reporting on the data within their org? Are they getting the kind of reports and dashboards and information they need from their platform, or do they need more? If they need to connect some other databases to produce even better reports, they might be a candidate for Einstein Analytics. Here's another potential opportunity to have a great conversation. I'm going to take a note in my findings about this right now. So again, the reports and dashboards is higher than their peer group. Maybe they need Einstein Analytics. Let's head back and look at some more. Okay, the next tab is the sales tab. When we look in sales, this is really how they're using the SFA. So 50,000 products. The median average is 32. Huge number of products. They're probably using that with CPQ. Number of opportunities, 779,000. That's really high. And number of leads at 80,000. That's really high too. I'd be very interested in the number of accounts is high. The opportunities and leads are also high. So this could be their marketing system. We know they're using Marketing Cloud. Definitely, I think there's an opportunity to talk to the customer about the number of leads and opportunities they have here. How are they using their Marketing Cloud system? And maybe they need more. Maybe they need more functionality and they'd be a candidate for Pardot. So I'm going to mark that down as my next finding. So I'm going to just make a mental note, and I may mark this down as my next finding. Let's take a look at service. Service, number of cases, 193,000 compared to the median of 54,000. Again, seems like it's high, but in their business, maybe it is, and it should be. I'd like to, again, if you remember, the account record said that they're using a homegrown case system. I'm not sure if that case system integrates with the platform and creates cases, so I want to learn more about that. I also, again, want to underscore, and I'm going to take a note, that perhaps they should consider communities for case avoidance. And we already found out that they've purchased the communities license. I'm not sure that they've actually implemented it yet or gotten it up and running, so I want to ask them again so that we can make sure that they're utilizing our platform to reduce the number of cases. This one's kind of interesting too, collaboration. Again, we can see a little bit more information about how they're using Chatter. It is enabled. Apparently there are 914 users with Chatter licenses, but there are only 21 Chatter collaborators. Interesting to know. I might mention it. Maybe they could drive Chatter adoption if they wanted to. Let's take a look at one more tab here, and that's the marketing tab, because we know that they have Marketing Cloud. Let's see how they're using it. So number of subscribers, 616,000 in their Marketing Cloud right now. And they've sent out 158,000 emails. This is kind of cool. We can see how they're doing with their email. Anybody who's done email marketing, this is great information. So out of 158,000, 424 bounced, 215 unsubscribed. That's really good. These are low bounce rates and low unsubscribe rates. So they have a very good list that they're marketing to. Opens, 53,000 opens. And click rate is, or open rate is 33%, which is also pretty good. And click rate is 5%, which is also not bad. When we look at the number of subscribers they have and that they're using Marketing Cloud, perhaps they could benefit from Pardot. I'd like to learn more here too. So let's capture these last two findings in our findings report. So here I'm going to capture the high number of leads and opportunities and suggest that we might discuss how are they using Marketing Cloud and could they benefit from Pardot. I've also taken a note here that the number of cases was high, and I want to also use that when I have my discussion with them about case avoidance and using communities. I'm always trying to position myself as that trusted advisor that's not just trying to sell them new stuff, but helping them be successful with current products they bought from us. I'd like you now to use EWS and analyze your accounts. Capture your findings in the Google form and then return to the next session.